Oh, would you look at that? Another studio being made by Xbox Studios to help with production and technology across Xbox. We have some news about Xbox Publishing talking about partnerships with developers, and we also have a brand new studio being created from the ground up to help with cross-studio support within Xbox. There's a lot to talk about here, so let's get into it. Hey, what's up everyone? Thanks for stopping by and checking out the video. Remember to hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to be notified on future content, hit that small little bell icon. And if you want to go that extra mile to support the channel, hit that join button. But alright, enough of that. Let's get into this brand new studio that Undead Labs is creating. And in case you don't know who Undead Labs are, they're the studio behind State of Decay games. The last game they brought out was State of Decay 2, which launched in early 2018, around the beginning of summer. Even with its Metascore being low and people attacking it when it released, the game is one of the biggest games to come out on the Xbox One console. And after that game released, Xbox announced that they acquired them to join the Xbox Studio family. Since then, they've been hard at work making a new State of Decay 3 game, which has been in development for the last 3 years. And from what we've seen from them, we know they're taking the game to the next level. There's a bunch of new developers joining the studio, and we know they've more than doubled their studio size. The rumors going around is that this game will turn into a AAA quality game with a lot of production behind it. Some of that investment, it seems, is coming in the form of a brand new studio that will help cross-studio animation technology. Here's what the article has to say and what the studio is all about. New Undead Labs team to focus on cross-studio animation technology for Xbox Game Studios. Undead Labs is creating a new team based in Orlando, Florida that will focus on the upcoming game State of Decay 3 and cross-studio animation technology to be shared among Xbox Game Studios. The information comes directly from Simon Scher, a longtime industry veteran who's credited as the animation director of games like Madden, MMA, and other EA Sports titles made with the ANT animation system. Scher also consulted on the recently released Unreal Engine The Matrix Awakens tech demo. Okay, so let me stop right there because there's one thing I want to talk about here, which is the animations behind State of Decay 2. If you haven't played State of Decay 2, I recommend you play it with friends because it's actually a pretty fun game and expansive once you have friends to play with. Yet I do have to warn you that the animations behind that game are very wonky. That's one of the biggest criticisms of the game when it released in 2018, that it just didn't hit that AAA quality when it comes to animations and gameplay. And to be honest, I have to agree with that. The game is fun, and I enjoyed it for the time I put into it, but after a while you start to wonder what type of game this could truly be if the right amount of time and money was given to the studio. And from the looks of this new studio being built from Xbox, I can see that they're taking this animation technology to the next level. To dedicate an entire support studio across Xbox to help make the animations way more next generation shows that they're going to try to push the boundaries of what animations can do in the gaming world. And this isn't the first time we've seen this. We also saw the Coalition do the same with the Epic Games with their Unreal 5 engine, where they collaborated with Epic and the developers at Unreal Engine 5 to make the new tech in that game development kit. This is something that will happen with this new studio based in Florida. Here's a description of what the LinkedIn profile says about the new Microsoft studio. Developing a new Microsoft studio under Undead Labs in Orlando, Florida, directing animation and animation technology, and UE5 for Microsoft Xbox Game Studios, Undead Labs, State of Decay 3, and fostering cross-studio animation technology, collaboration, and animation technology initiatives across Xbox Game Studios. I'm not sure if everyone's paying attention, but there's a lot of studios in Xbox that will be using Unreal Engine 5 for their games. The Coalition is obviously the biggest studio working with that engine, but there's also developers like inXile, Obsidian, Undead Labs, and many others within Xbox that are using this. So for them to create a brand new studio to help those studios get the best out of the engine is a smart move in my book, especially when it can help a studio like Undead Labs, who are making their biggest game they've ever made, bar none, with State of Decay 3, which is something that's talked about right here. This certainly bodes well for State of Decay 3, which was announced to be in early pre-production back in July 2020. State of Decay games always featured subpar animation, mostly due to relatively low budget Undead Labs had to work with. It does seem like this will be corrected in the third installment, which will be the first developed after Microsoft's acquisition of the studio headquartered in Seattle, Washington. When that happened in 2018, head of Xbox Game Studios Matt Booty said the deal would allow the developer to realize its original plan of a much bigger, much more persistent online game. Still, even if you're not a fan of Undead Labs and State of Decay, the focus of cross-studio animation work across the entirety of Xbox Game Studios means you are likely to see the new technology pop up in other first-party Xbox titles. Advancements in the animation field would surely elevate the gaming medium further, so we'll be keeping a close eye on this one. This couldn't have been put together any better. The State of Decay games always did have some subpar animations, and to some extent, a couple of other studios at Xbox like inXile didn't have the greatest animations due to their budget at the time. That's something I think Xbox realized they needed to fix within those studios. And what better way of doing that than having a complete studio dedicated to animations and helping the first-party studios do that? I mean, let's take a step back and think about this for just a second. Imagine a studio's building a game, but also getting the new development kit from Epic to make that game. They have to get everything in line, get the coding right, the development right, the art right, and also get the animations down at the same time. Think about the studio only concentrating on the game and the world building, the characters, the combat, and all these other things they want to focus on that go into gaming, like making the gameplay loop, and offloading a lot of the animations to a studio that has these things ready for them to plug and play with. That's something that's going to be invaluable to them. It's going to help production of games and also help second and third party partnerships with studios who might want to work with Xbox. I mean, we just had the Xbox Game Studios Publishing post something about partnerships on Twitter when they said this: as we work to fulfill our mission to be the best publishing partner in the games industry, to our independent development partners, I am beyond proud of the work that our amazing teams are doing with Asobo Studio, Avalanche Sweden, and Intel Knight. This is coming from the GM of publishing at Xbox. So let's break this down really quick, because we all know that Xbox has Bethesda. We all know they had 15 first-party studios in Xbox before they even bought Bethesda. And that's all great and something they had to do because they needed to get those exclusive games under their belts. Not to mention get a bunch of talent to help make games in a timely fashion for Game Pass. And now that they have that talent and all those studios locked down, including some awesome software like id Tech and Slipspace Engine, not to mention the Coalition being the best studio with Unreal Engine 5, what they really need now is just talent to help make their games. Studios that can jump into any first-party studio and help them make new titles. There's studios like that in San Diego for Sony who can help Naughty Dog or help Sony Santa Monica. If we remember, Sony Bend feared they would become a studio like that where they just make games for the bigger studios within Sony. Yet if we look at Xbox, they don't have a lot of those studios. Instead, they really keep everything in-house, or they make partnerships with third-party studios like Rare has done with the studio down there for Sea of Thieves. With this new studio though, they can have everything in-house, but also grab new talent that might be able to break off and join any studio or even create their own studio out of the studio. But most of all, it helps Xbox offload a lot of animation work from their game developers, not to mention just bring manpower to their games. That's something that's been really hurting the entire gaming industries. Studios, publishers, and everyone in the industry needs more talent to help make more games. So it's great to see Xbox try and fill that void by creating new studios to help them create things more easily and efficiently. Let's hope State of Decay 3 is better because of this, and let's hope in the next few years we get to see the rest of Xbox studios benefit from this, because I do have to say, Sony has animations down. Naughty Dog is one of the best animations I've ever seen. Even Ghost of Tsushima had some great combat animations, and so did all their other first-party games like Horizon Zero Dawn. Yet Xbox has great animations in Halo, they have great animations in Coalition. I want to see that expanded to their other games and studios, which this studio is going to do. They're going to be a pivotal point in helping get those animations under order, especially if they're using the Unreal Engine 5 development kit, which a lot of studios and Xbox are using. Let's hope they knock this out of the park, and let's hope in the next few years we get to see what this is all about. But enough of what I think about this, tell me what you think. What can we expect to see from State of Decay 3? Do you think this will help more studios and Xbox make games at a better rate? Could we see some next generation animations coming from Xbox? What studios do you want to see benefit from this new studio? And do you think this new studio can help draw more talent into Microsoft? Go down below and let me know. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button and that like button. The support helps out the channel more than you know. And give me a follow on Twitter at Zalker87. I'm always on there talking games and sharing my latest videos. Plus, I love interacting with everyone there, so get on Twitter and let's talk about gaming. Also follow me on Xbox Live, my gamertag is Zalker87, just like my channel name. See what games I'm playing, and let's compete in achievements for the month. So right now, I've actually been playing a lot of Dying Light, the first one, because I'm enjoying that, and I'm getting ready for the second one to come out. But by myself, I've been playing a lot of Horizon Zero Dawn on the PC. I have to say that game's a lot of fun. I'm enjoying the side quests, I'm enjoying the combat, I'm enjoying the world. I think the game looks stunning at 4K 120 on my PC. Trust me, it's a great game. I'm having a good time with it. The combat is precise. It feels good with the Xbox controller, and it also feels pretty good with the mouse and keyboard. I recommend people check this game out because Horizon Forbidden West is just around the corner. It's a month away, and I can't wait to jump into that game because this game's got me hyped for it. Sony really has a really good new IP on their hands, and I know I'm really late to the party on this one, but you know what? I'm glad I'm playing it. I'm glad I'm playing it on the PC, and I'm glad I'm able to enjoy it with an Xbox controller because that's my favorite controller. So I recommend everybody check that out before the second one comes out. And I've been playing a lot of the multiplayer games like Halo and all that. But you know, online games are usually with buddies. By myself, Horizon Zero Dawn. But let me know what you're playing. Are you playing something on your PS5, your Xbox Series X, or are you playing something on your PC? Let me know down below because that's what we're here for. It's Talk Games. And that's all for now. Thanks for watching. And until next time, remember, enjoy your gaming. Later.